Now everything he says is incriminating. He never had immunity, and that's the misunderstanding people have.
After years of investigating this case, Kading says he can finally prove what many of Biggie's fans suspected.
They think the possible suspect is this somebody who all along there was some suspicion?
After the lap raided the house of former gang member named Keithy in relation to Tupac's fatal shooting, it seems like they got more evidence related to an author. Tragic incident that took life off another rap legend, the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, and apparently all traces now lead to Thea's suspicion.
I don't even care if it's hard to believe, because the proof is there.
That these two crimes are closely connected, and there's one person back to Celeb Live channel. A former detective who investigated Biggie's fatal shooting now says that this case, with Tupac's gunning down and apparently both cases are now being reopened to find and punish the culprit that took lives of these rap legends in their years. Greg Kading gained extensive knowledge of both.
Best interest to cooperate. You know, we were gonna charge her with
Pac and Biggie's untimely demises while he would with lapped, and after the recent raid in KVD's house, he offered exclusive insight. Bend all standing hippa pair, just 6 months too much sadness of multi-multiple headed by some aura of mysterious if people who know the truth are frightened or bribed, and although we all know who benefited from eliminating Themboth, still the police don't have enough evidence to press charges against this person, as one FBI agent claimed. These cases are highly protected, and what the public don't understand is the level of corruption here. It's mind-blowing, and while there's been a talk on the street set, the real villain behind gunning down Tupac and Biggie is still walking free and even enjoying his high life. No testimony or evidence came to the police hands.
But we didn't know it was him until the other co-conspirator confesses.
Until recently, and it seems like a fragile house of lies is about to collapse. For wise, it's about to collapse. Have all reasons to suspect that Diddy is guilty in conniving with West Coast gangsters, and it was him who paid the gangs to get rid of Tupac and leader Biggie. Investigators long suspected that Smalls was gunned down in an East Coast-West Coast rivalry between rappers. Beautifully, after raiding the house, OFFG, and reigniting the investigation, we're finally going to witness the justice prevailing over lies, bribery, and conspiracies, as it's now believed that Diddy will be brought into questioning by the feds. And
I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got on me, like I'm Big Red or something.
Anytime soon, and it looks like the infamous hip-hop producer is not happy to see how the events unfold. Cases, no arrest has ever been made. ASD FBI agent who worked on Biggie's case said, I understand it's bad, in auth you've got a body, there's nothing worse than that, but the links that they went to cover up that murder, I think will shock people, but it's all changing right in front of us, guys, and there's good reason to believe that newly found events will be enough to finally make with notorious music mogul pay for his crimes. On Tuesday, July 18, 2023, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department conducted a search in Henderson City, just 16 miles southeast of Las Vegas.
2009. And so whether they use that original statement or just the new statements, it's all stuff that can be now brought into court.
The investigation of Tupac's fatal shooting kicked back into life, and it brought U.S. new unexpected details about coming less than a year after that of legendary rapper Tupac sent shockwaves the hip-hop community and sparked an outpouring of grief. And although the first suspect in this crime was Tupac's producer Suge Knight, and many people said that Diddy didn't.
Well, for Sean Combs, I mean, what are his choices really? I mean, is he going to come out and confess to his association with the killer?
Have any motives to eliminate How's own artist ex-officer Greg Kading does. Incidents that took lives of Tupac and Biggie Smalls were related. He was working on finding the answer to third question, who wanted an alive Biggie, and discovered new information linking both cases, as the detective explained that he hired the same gang to execute his own artist and just to divert attention from his own persona. This time, he chose to be as close to the scene of crime as possible. He sat in the passenger seat of a white Chevy Suburban with a driver and 3 bodyguards, while Biggie did the same in a green Suburban. However, as Katie said, Diddy intentionally took this risk and decided.
Also have to understand Combs' position at the time, this sense of fear and dread and desperation that he was facing.
To be as close to the fatal shooting as possible, because he was afraid that the truth about his involvement will come. Investigation is not even close to buy over. Many fans already celebrate the just to say justice cobweb of Diddy's lease. Apparently, the whole world has long suspected his involvement in both the crimes, and people can't contain their joy. On social media, this one person commented, It's about damn time down with Demon Diddy, who has destroyed so many lives with his presence down with Demon, and another user added all off. This is known, but nobody has done a damn thing about it. Damned worst kept secret. Streets have been talking for a while, and since the police didn't have any evidence, apart from a couple
The stories they tell is not truthful.
of YouTube videos, they couldn't even bring Diddy for questioning. But you know the most shocking part of the whole story? It seems like he really orchestrated the entire thing with Biggie, and even security in the 1990s insisted Biggie wasn't shot in a drive-by. As many were made to believe, he also added that he rushed to Biggie's aid after the shooting and pulled him from the vehicle cleanly to watch this kid lose his life. And in the most shocking part of
That somebody was going to die that night. Somebody was going to get shot.
the whole story is that his boss told him not to join the rappers that night. As the ex-bodyguard stated, before we left Andre Harrell's house, Puff told me I didn't thave to go, but this is when the bodyguard realized that another thing that proves that did die was interested in getting rid of Biggie's story. When in 1994 Hawk accused Puff and Biggie of knowing about his ambush at New York's Quad Recording Studios. On November 30, 1994, upon his arrival at the studio, the rapper was robbed, beaten, and shot, and reported 5 times by the assailants, as Tupac alleged. After not only Diddy and Biggie knew about this attack, but he also helped to organize shooting and beating the music mogul openly accused the late rapper of lying. This story is a
The business, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. So it's going to be a teaching moment.
lie. It is banned, ridiculous, and is completely false, and neither Biggie, Wallace nor I had any knowledge of any attack before, during, or after it happened. But apparently Diddy did, in fact, orchestrate the whole thing, and he was simply afraid that Biggie would reveal the truth sooner or later, teaching ways and how he usually deals with problems. Nothing good was expected from this person. Let's remember a couple of recent examples, like his long-time friend Kim Porter, who could finish her tell-all book because of her mysterious demise, or Jamie Foxx, who had been hospitalized just because he spilled the beans about Diddy's secret parties for men. You probably realize that Biggie became some sort of a threat for the producer, especially since Wallace was devastated by Tupac's demiscend. He apparently realized that this West Coast, East Coast beef went to forehand turned out to be dangerous, as one insider claimed the night.
I'm going to fight for my reputation. I'm going to fight for the honorable man I am, the righteous king that I am.
At a Tupac washout, I remember Big calling me and crying. I think it's fair to say he was probably afraid, given everything that was going on at that time, and all that hype that was put on this so-called beef. Apparently Biggie going emotional and showing his weakness was something Puffy couldn't tolerate, because he couldn't investigation, and judging by the newly found evidence in Keefe D's testimony, it's just a matter of time before the music mogul is charged, not with one, but will crimes he had committed in the pastas. One person commented, I hope the case put Diddy behind bars needs to go, period, and another user rated Diddy is getting old, and thepowers that B is ready to set Puff up to fall. He did all he could do for Tho Circle.